You won't believe what just happened in one of the most explosive legal battles in recent U.S. history. The appeals court has officially upheld a $83 million verdict against former President Donald Trump in the defamation case brought by author E. Jean Carroll. This decision isn't just a headline, it's a landmark moment that could have lasting consequences for political figures and public accountability. The saga between Carroll and Trump began years ago, after Carroll publicly accused Trump of sexual assault. Trump, in response, called her claims false and launched a series of statements attacking her credibility. Carroll didn't stay silent. She took her case to court, arguing that Trump's words had damaged her reputation and caused emotional distress. After a lengthy trial, a jury sided with Carroll, awarding her a staggering $5 million for sexual abuse and an additional $3 million for defamation, which was later tripled under state law to reach a total of $83 million. But of course, Trump didn't accept the verdict quietly. His legal team immediately filed appeals, arguing that the court had made errors in its handling of the case. They claimed that his comments were protected under the First Amendment, framing them as political speech rather than personal attacks. The case has been closely watched not just because of the individuals involved, but because it raises critical questions about the limits of free speech, defamation law, and the responsibilities of public figures when addressing allegations of misconduct. Now, the appeals court has spoken, and their decision could not be clearer. The original verdict stands. The court dismissed the arguments presented by Trump's legal team and reaffirmed that his statements about Carroll were defamatory. This ruling sends a strong message that public figures, even former presidents, cannot evade responsibility simply by claiming political immunity or framing personal attacks as opinion. Legal analysts are calling this a defining moment in defamation law. They point out that the ruling may set a precedent for how courts evaluate cases involving high-profile figures and their public statements. The key takeaway: fame and political power do not grant a free pass to make false and damaging statements about private citizens. Carroll's victory underscores the principle that words have consequences, especially when they can harm someone's reputation and livelihood. Jean Carroll herself responded to the ruling with a statement expressing relief and vindication. She highlighted that this wasn't just about the money, but about holding powerful individuals accountable for their actions. Carroll's persistence and courage in pursuing the case have inspired many who have faced similar challenges, emphasizing that no one is above the law. The political implications are equally significant. While Trump continues to maintain a strong support base, rulings like this complicate his public image. Opponents are seizing the moment to frame it as a stark example of accountability, while legal experts suggest that this could influence public perception in future elections or legal matters. For Trump, the ruling represents not only a financial penalty, but also a reputational blow that will likely follow him in public discourse for years to come. It's also worth noting how this case highlights the growing importance of legal recourse for defamation and personal attacks in the digital age. Social media platforms, public statements, and the 24-hour news cycle make it easier than ever for false statements to spread quickly, potentially causing serious damage. The court's decision reinforces that the law can still intervene to protect individuals from harmful lies, regardless of who is speaking them. For Trump, the financial implications are significant. While the $83 million verdict is substantial, the costs of prolonged legal battles, appeals, and ongoing public scrutiny extend far beyond the monetary figure. Legal experts predict that additional appeals may be attempted, but each step faces the uphill challenge of overcoming a ruling that has already been upheld by an appellate court. Meanwhile, Carroll's legal team is already looking ahead, considering how to ensure the judgment is enforced and how to use this victory to educate the public about defamation laws. Advocates for victims of sexual assault and harassment are also framing the decision as a milestone in the fight for justice, emphasizing that truth and accountability are non-negotiable principles, regardless of wealth, status, or political power. As the story continues to unfold, one thing is clear: the courtroom battle between Donald Trump and Carroll is far from just another celebrity legal dispute. It touches on fundamental questions about responsibility, freedom of speech, and the balance between public influence and personal accountability. The $83 million verdict is more than a number. It's a statement that the legal system can hold even the most powerful figures accountable when their words cause real harm. So, what happens next? Will Trump pursue further appeals, or will this ruling finally close a chapter that has captured national attention for years? And how will this influence other public figures who might think they are above the law? Only time will tell, but the precedent has been set, and the implications will reverberate far beyond this single case. If you want to stay updated on this story and all major legal battles involving public figures, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. Don't miss a moment of the latest developments, expert analysis, and insights that keep you ahead of the news.